Assalamu alaikum. Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about all of the helping verbs of English language. And I hope you will enjoy this short video about auxiliary or helping verbs. So let's begin with the name of Allah, who is very kind and merciful. What is a helping verb? When a verb loses its original meaning and is used to form our sentences in different tenses, in different forms, it's called a helping or auxiliary verb. Like the original meaning of do is to perform something, but as a helping verb, it doesn't mean to perform something. It's meaningless. I mean, it does not have any meaning in a sentence in which it is used as a helping verb. So we have three types of helping verbs in English language: principal, auxiliary verbs, modal auxiliary verbs, and semi-auxiliary verbs. First, principal auxiliary verbs are to do, to be, to have. To do, does, did. Now the third form of do is done, but that is not used as a helping verb. Do, does. These two are used in simple present tense to form our interrogative and negative sentences. If your subject is third person singular, he, she, it, or a singular noun, Ahmad, Mahmoud, or the student, or the boy, or the girl, you use does. She doesn't go to school. He doesn't like fish, for example. Okay. And with the rest of the subjects, we use do as a helping verb. So when you say he doesn't go to school, or does he go to school, the verb does in these two sentences does not have any meaning. Okay. It's meaningless. It's just there to form our interrogative and affirmative sentences. So now do, yes, with the rest of the subjects. For example, do you enjoy learning English? Do they want to come here? I don't want to go there, for example. Or the students don't want to stay in this classroom. They want to go to a different classroom, so they don't want to stay. So my main purpose here is that do, does are used in simple present tense to form our negative or interrogative sentences, or even questions like why do you want to go there, or negative interrogative sentences, don't you want to improve your English, or for example, doesn't he try to to achieve fluency in English language? Just an example, okay? Did is used in simple past tense to form our negative or interrogative sentences. For example, did he come to the class yesterday? Or he didn't, or he did not come to the class yesterday, okay? Now we come to be verbs. The base form of to be verbs, when they are used as helping verbs, be, and then the present form is SMR, and then the past form is was, were, and the third form is been, and the ing form is being. So we use this form be usually after modal auxiliaries. Okay, after modal auxiliaries, if there is, for example, a future continuous tense, okay, he will be coming tomorrow. So will modal auxiliary be and then verb ing. He will be coming tomorrow. Or for example, if there is a passive form, okay, the wall should be painted. The house must be cleaned. Your car should be washed. Okay, if it's passive form. After modal auxiliaries we use, okay, be. And this is the present form with I, am. And with he, she, it, is, and with you, we, they, or a plural noun, are. Okay. We can use, the present form of to be verbs in present continuous tenses, okay, to form our continuous, present continuous tense. For example, he's coming, or I'm going there, or they are coming. So here, the main verb is come, which takes ing. And the to be verbs are used there as helping verbs without any meanings. They don't carry any meanings when they are used as helping verbs in our sentences. So they could be also used to form our passive sentences in simple present tense. For example, okay, he's taught by me. Okay, I'm called, by my brother every day, or you are taught by me. So now it is the passive form of simple present tense. Again, we use them as helping verbs here. Was, were can be used as helping verbs in past continuous tense. Okay, with the plural subject were, with a singular subject, he, she, it was, or a singular noun, Ahmad, Mahmoud was. Okay, so he was traveling to Jalalabad yesterday at 2 p.m. yesterday. He was traveling to Jalalabad at 2 p.m. yesterday. So past continuous tense, right? Or for example, we were listening to our teacher at this time yesterday. So past continuous tense, okay? So the main verb, comes with, it takes ing, okay? And ing shows the continuation of the action. Ing gives us an idea that something is in progress, that something is going on, okay? And we cannot, in simple past, past continuous tense or present continuous tense, we cannot add ing to a main verb if we do not have a to be verb before that, okay? So yeah, we can use them in affirmative sentences. We can use them, the to be verbs is, am, are, and was, were, in interrogative sentences, in negative sentences, okay? So he is a student, he is not a student. Is he a student? Okay, he was sick yesterday, he was not sick yesterday, was he sick yesterday? In even negative interrogative, wasn't he sick yesterday? Okay, why was he sick yesterday? Or for example, where was he, where was he playing football, for example, okay? When I say, okay, he was sick yesterday, he was not, sorry, I used it as a main verb. Look, in simple tenses, they are used as main verbs, okay? In active form. In passive form, they are used as, helping verbs. So when they are used as main verbs, they show facts, or they show the condition of the subject. They do not show actions because, when they are used as main verbs, they are state verbs. So they do not show any actions, right? Like in the previous examples, I say, he was sick or he wasn't sick. So now, it talks about the condition of the subject, okay? But when they are used as helping verbs, there are commonly two cases. Either, they are using continuous tenses, they're followed by main verb ing, or they are using passive form. They are followed by past participle or verb third form, okay? Simple present, passive form, or simple past passive. Been. Okay, been is used as a helping verb when we form sentences in perfect continuous tenses. Perfect continuous tenses. For example, he has been learning English for 7 months. Okay? So he has been learning English. Now, learn is the main verb, which shows the action of the subject, and been here is, helping verb. Okay, so the third form of to be verbs is used in perfect continuous tenses. Or he will have been learning English, for a year before he graduates, future perfect continuous tense. Or he had been learning English for a year before, he graduated from that English institute. So past perfect continuous tense, okay? As well as we can use been as a helping verb if we change, a perfect tense, not a continuous perfect tense, just a simple perfect tense sentence from active to passive form. For example, he has painted a wall has been painted by him. So again, it is used in the passive form of a perfect tense as a helping verb. Okay. What about being? Yes, I mean when we change active sentences to passive sentences, and I mean there are tenses like continuous tense. Okay, we use being before past participle. For example, I'm teaching you English right now. Okay, and English is being taught to you by me right now. Okay, or for example, you say he was painting a wall yesterday and a wall was being painted. Okay, so yeah, when it's followed by main verb third form, okay, in passive form, it functions as a helping verb. What about to have? Have, has, and had. Obviously, have is used, has is used with third person singular subjects like he, she, it, or a singular noun, okay, Jamal, Mike, Kamal, okay, or the student or the boy. And have is used with the rest of the subjects, I, you, we, they, with plural nouns like the students, the boys, the girls, okay, or Jamal and Kamal, like two people. And had is used with all subjects, okay, and past perfect tense. So to have, helping verbs are used to form our sentences, okay, in perfect continuous tenses. In perfect continuous tenses. For example, they have graduated from university. He has graduated from university. He had graduated from university before he found a job. It could be, present perfect or past perfect. You have been learning English here for a few months. He has been learning English here for a few months. And he had been learning English for a few months before he joined the university, for example, something like that. Okay, so we use to have helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. And perfect tenses, three perfect tenses: present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, right? And perfect continuous tenses, okay? Because in present perfect continuous tense, we need two helping verbs: have, has, plus been, and then main verb ing, right? And if it's future perfect continuous tense, we even need like three helping verbs: will or be going to, and then have, okay, and then been, and then main verb ing, okay, if it's future perfect continuous tense. So yeah, the reason these auxiliary verbs are called principal auxiliary verbs is because they are very important, okay? Without these helping verbs, we cannot form most of the forms in 12 tenses, okay? If we do not use do, does, did in simple present, simple past tense, we cannot form negative and interrogative sentences, right? And if we do not use the to be verbs, of course, we cannot form, sentences in continuous tenses. And if we do not use, to have helping verbs, of course, we cannot form sentences in perfect and perfect continuous tenses. Okay, so now you should know that. See, the original meaning of this verb is what? To possess something. I have a car, right? Here in this sentence, it is used as a main verb. I have a car. He has a car, right? I had a car last year and then I sold it, right? Okay. But when we use them as helping verbs in perfect tenses and perfect continuous tenses, and they're followed by main verbs, then they do not have any meanings. They become meaningless. They are there just for the grammatical function in our sentences, okay? They are there to form our, sentences in different tenses. You got it? And now we come to modal auxiliaries. So can, could. Can shows a present ability. I can speak English fluently, for example. You say, can you fix a car? Yes, I can fix that car because I'm a mechanic, for example. Okay, so in could, it can be used to talk about passability. I could swim, okay, for a long distance when I was a young boy, but now I can't. So you talk about passability. You can also use it to make polite suggestions. Could you bring me some water, please? Or for example, could you answer my question? So when you were trying to make a polite suggestion, And could can be also used to talk about present possibility. Hey, where's your brother? I'm asking you, and you're telling me, I'm not sure. He could be at home. He could be at home. So it's a present meaning. You mean that it's possible that he's at home, okay? So it shows the present possibility as well. And then will, is used to form our future tenses. Future, simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous tense. Okay, I will go to Pakistan next month. Okay, I will be buying a new car, next year. Okay, I will have improved my English by the time I'm done with the system of a lingua, for example, right? Or I will have been living in Kabul for a year before I go to India. So you can use will in all future tenses as a helping verb, okay? And would is the second form of will, just like could is the second form of can. So would is commonly used in conditional clauses, okay? And it is also used to make polite requests, okay? Would you bring me some water, please? Okay. Would you help me with this problem, please? Okay. And also, for example, in conditional clause, type 2, you say, if I had a lot of money, I would buy a house in Kabul. Okay. So there could be some other usages too, but this much is enough for now. And shall is used to talk about future actions, most common in British English. In British. Okay. In American English, shall is used commonly in tech questions. When you make a suggestion, hey, let's go outside, shall we? Hey, let's buy something to eat, shall we? They even swallow the L sound. Instead of shall we, they say shall we? Okay. Let's practice our English together, shall we? Okay. So in American English, it is used in tech questions. But in British English, I shall go there. Okay, we shall, okay, when we talk about something in the future. In an interrogative form, it is used for permission as well. Okay, shall I start the class? Or for example, shall, I go outside, for example, okay? And should, advisability. When we talk about advisability, you should study hard. It means I'm advising you to study hard, right? You should not miss your classes. Okay, so now, there's perfective model. It can be also used to talk about something in the past. Yesterday, he failed an exam. He should have studied hard. When, these moral auxiliaries, some of them, not all of them, are followed by have and then main verb third form, that's called perfective model, right? So they can be used as helping verb while making sentences using perfective model, okay? Should have, could have, would have, might have, may have, okay? Yeah, that's possible. So now, may and might. When we talk about probabilities, I may go to Jalalabad next week, I might go to Jalalabad next week. Both of them can be used, okay, to talk about probabilities, okay? So it's probable that I'll go to Jalalabad next week. Must, obligation, or kind of, I must study hard tonight because I have an exam tomorrow. So it's my obligation to study hard, right? Okay. In other words, it also shows like a very, very, strong demand or kind of order or kind of, if I'm telling you, you must study hard because you need to get high score, on your final exam. Okay. So now we have semi-auxiliary verbs, have to, has to, had to, okay? And all of these three, again, has to, third person singular subject, have to with the rest of the subjects, and had to can be used with all subjects, okay? It's the past form of have to and has to, okay? So I have to study hard. So see now, you can use them for, these two, have to and has to, for present meaning or future meaning. I have to study hard right now. I have to study hard tonight. Present meaning or future meaning, okay? It's my obligation, okay, to study hard. He has to get along with his boss. It's his obligation, okay? And I had to study hard last night because I had an exam this morning. So I'm talking about my obligation in the past. Ought to remind somebody their responsibility. Okay? For example, you're my little brother and we have some guests, but you have an exam tomorrow. So I'm telling you, hey, you ought to study your books. So I'm trying to remind you your responsibility, okay? Or for example, there's somebody who's responsible to close the gate at a specific time. And now he has forgotten to do that. So I'm telling him, hey man, you ought to close the gate. So I'm trying to remind him his responsibility. Okay, so ought to. Be going to is also used to form our sentences in future tenses. But it's stronger than will. When we talk about our planned actions, our scheduled actions, okay? I'm going to buy a car. I will buy a car. It's a probability. It may or may not happen. I'm not very serious about buying, a car. But if you say I'm going to, or the short form, I'm gonna buy a car, it means I have the plan. Okay, I have scheduled that action. I have enough money. Everything is ready. So okay, yeah, I'm 100% sure that this action is going to take place. Be supposed to. Now, be supposed to means like should. When we use it in simple present tense, it means like should. When we talk about things which, if they are done, it's not a good idea according to the law, constitution, culture, custom, okay? Or it's a good idea to be done. For example, you are not supposed to smoke cigarettes inside an academic environment or inside the classroom, okay? Look, women are not supposed to see, women are supposed to wear, shawl or hijab in our country. Why? Because according to the culture over here, according to, okay, according to the, you are not supposed to be driving your car too fast in a residential area. Why? Because it's prohibited according to traffic laws and traffic rules, right? So when we talk about things which should be done or should not be done, according to the constitution or the law of a country, or according to culture, according to religion or something, right? Okay. So supposed to, so should, the meaning is should. But when we use the same, be supposed to in past tense, I was supposed to, he was supposed to, it means that something was about to happen, but it did not happen because of something else. For example, you say, Donald Trump was supposed to travel to Japan. So this positive sentence gives a negative meaning. It means, he wanted to go to Japan, but he didn't because something else happened, for example. Okay? So, and if it's a negative sentence, it has a positive meaning. Okay? I was not supposed to come to the class today, but I'm here. Okay? So my negative sentence has a positive meaning, and a positive sentence has a negative meaning. So if something was about to happen, like in our language we say, قرار بود که اشرف غنی با کندهار سفر کنه. حتی اگر گفته, even if you don't say مگر نکرد, قرار بود که سفر کنه, this positive sentence gives you a negative meaning. It means that he didn't go. Something else happened, right? Okay? And be about to. Okay? It means if something is close to happen. For example, yesterday the weather was too hot and I was about to faint. I was about to faint, okay? He was about to die, but he was lucky that he didn't die, okay? So something was about to happen. It means but it didn't happen, okay? And be likely to. So now, based on the signs that I see, for example, I see that you're very interested in medical. So I'm saying you are likely to become a doctor. You see that? Okay. Now, for example, we see the signs We're talking about like politics has become something like everybody's talking about in our country. Young boys and old people and, men and women and whatever their field is, but they talk about politics. Now, let's say we discuss, the withdrawal of American troops. Like you say, no, American troops are not going to leave Afghanistan. And I'm saying, no, Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, has decided to withdraw the American troops from Afghanistan, right? So now, yeah, I'm telling you, see, look at the signs. They're destroying the constructions, at Bagram Airport, right? And they're carrying their, vehicles, military vehicles, to Pakistan, right? So the American troops are likely to leave Afghanistan. You got it? Understood? Okay, yeah. So be used to have the habit of something, but there should be to be verb. There should be to be verb. Be, SMR, was, were. Okay? If you use SMR, it means you have the habit of something, now. And if you use was, were, it means you had the habit of something. For example, and it should be followed by verb ing. Okay? So for example, you say, I'm used to drinking a lot of coffee. I am used to drinking a lot of coffee. What does it mean? I have the habit of drinking a lot of coffee. Okay? And if you talk about something in the past, you can say, for example, I was used to jogging in the morning. It means I had the habit of jogging in the morning. Understood? So be used to means, and it's followed by verb ing, okay? By gerund. It means to have the habit of something. Understood? Yes. Okay. And you can use it in present, past, or future tenses. Okay? Yes. For example, you don't drink coffee now, but if you go to the United States, you live there, you will be used to drinking a lot of coffee. This is an example, okay? And had better also means should. Okay? And we use it when we make a strong suggestion. When we make a strong suggestion, or when we give a warning to ourselves or to somebody. For example, to make a strong suggestion. Hey, in the short form, instead of we had better, we say we'd better, he'd better, I'd better, she'd better. Okay. Pronoun, apostrophe, D. Instead of he had better, he'd better, she'd better, we'd better, I'd better. Okay. I'd better leave the class now. I'd better leave, it means I should leave the class, okay? Okay, for example, you work with a boss, okay? And your boss is telling you, hey, you should go to Wardak province today, okay, right now, okay? And accomplish the mission and come back, okay? Let's say you work with an angel or something. But you know that the way is dangerous. Today or at this time. So you're trying to make a strong suggestion. Okay, so you say, sir, I'd better go tomorrow. I'd better go tomorrow. So now, you're making a strong suggestion. Sometimes we give warning about something to someone or to ourselves. For example, hey, the weather is cloudy. I'd better take an umbrella. So it's kind of warning, okay? Because it may rain. I'd better take an umbrella, okay? I'd better finish this lesson quickly because people are not interested in watching long videos, okay? So I'm kind of giving a warning to myself. And would rather or would prefer. There's would prefer too. Would rather means would prefer. But the difference is that would rather is more used commonly in spoken English, and would prefer is somehow more formal. And would prefer is followed by full infinitive, and would rather is followed by bare infinitive. Okay? So, for example, would you rather learn English or French? So, like, what is your preference? Okay? Yeah. So then you say, I'd rather learn English. Why? Because it's an international language, okay? And would you prefer to learn English or French? So, to learn English. Would prefer should be followed by full infinitive. To plus verb base form, right? And would rather should be followed by prefer, then it should be followed by to plus verb base form, okay? Anyways, I mean, that's the difference, okay? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the explanation of all helping verbs in English language, and it's done for today. Have a great time. Bye-bye.